Hey, what's up you guys? My name is Lindsay and you're watching my channel ASightToSee, and today we are talking about Playa del Carmen, Mexico. I had never been here before and whew, did I learn a lot. Now, right off the bat, you're gonna look at this place completely different if you're a backpacker versus if you're like on a family vacation. If you're on a family vacation and you just want that type of family vacation where you are on a resort and you have like an all-inclusive on the beach or something, that's lovely. You probably won't leave the resort much. You might do a few excursions, cool. But if you are staying in the city of Playa del Carmen, boy do I have an opinion about this place. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've gone to many touristy places, right? But I don't think I've ever been to a place as touristy as Playa del Carmen. Like, oh my God. I felt like I was in Mexico, New York City. I mean, if you've ever been to New York City, you know that it's just incredibly expensive. Just having things sold to you everywhere, people on the street, oh, take pictures, this blah, blah, blah. It was literally exactly like that, but really hot and humid. So walking down the main street, Fifth Ave, like I just took a stroll down there one morning. I just wanted to see what this place is about. I am staying at a really cool hostel. I meet really cool people. It has a bar, a restaurant for not too expensive prices. A meal and a mixed drink is like $6 each, like that type of pricing. So not incredibly cheap, not a lot. So I really have everything that I needed right there. This vacation wasn't so much to sightsee as it was to just relax and meet people. But I was like, I'm still gonna go out and explore Playa del Carmen anyway, so I have some information for you guys. So I'm walking down Fifth Ave, and you can't walk a few feet without somebody trying to sell you something. Like a few feet. Either, oh, look at our menu, cervezas, tacos, book a tour, massage, So many pharmacies selling probably the sketchiest drugs. I went into a pharmacy once to buy sunscreen. You walk in the pharmacy and like they have like a bunch of drugs listed outside that you can buy, because there's a lot of things that you can buy in Mexico that you can't buy in the United States. And then once they see that you're not like a local, they take out this other list from behind the counter of drugs that you can buy, like Adderall or Vyvanse or Ritalin, like things that you need a prescription for in the United States. Don't get excited if that's something that excites you, because they're incredibly expensive and there is no telling if it's real or fake. So like you would have to buy, of course I was observing the list, there's a pack of like 20 tablets of Adderall for about $300. You can't buy just one to test it. That could be completely fake. There's no like regulations on that it has to be real, even though that you're in a pharmacy. They had a bunch of like diet pills and like steroid medication, like a bunch of, I don't know if steroids and medication. These pharmacies are like every few feet. So many pills. And like, I feel like there are plenty of people there that are probably getting really up over them. Like, avoid them at all costs. Avoid going in there at all. Like, don't buy sunscreen from there. You're gonna be spending $15 on a bottle of sunscreen that you could walk to Walmart and get for like $7, which is still expensive, but I'm sure you can still find it in cheaper places. And then like, I was stupid when I first got there, so I was just tired and I was hungry, and I tried going to one taco place that was off the main strip and they were closed, and then I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna go find something, and I went to this place that was just like a Mexican steakhouse, and I was like, okay, it sounds like they'll have nachos. And I went there, the guy gave me a drink that wasn't on the menu, another stupid mistake of mine. It wasn't crazy expensive, it was like $8, $9. And then I got nachos and it said tax is not included on the menu, which is like, the price is always what you see when you go to regular restaurants or when you go to the store. Like there's no ever like added tax on, or at least there shouldn't be. And so then when the check came, like the food was disgusting. Like it was like melted slices of cheese on top of stale chips and a very watered down drink. And I like was reading the reviews as I was sitting there, and I was like, oh man, like I messed up. This guy's gonna try and scam me. So I just barely ate any of the nachos, and I was like, hey, like I really don't feel too good, my stomach hurts, I kind of just want my check-in to go. And he was like, oh, like let me offer you like free tequila. I was like, I don't want anything for free, I would just like to go. And I was firm about that. And so then he brings me the check, and like with the added taxes and weird fees that he didn't want to leave with me, he just showed it to me and then pulled it back. It was like 324 pesos, which is like $19. I only had 350 pesos in cash, and then I had my credit card, but I also heard that they extra charge on the credit card, so I was not, like in the reviews, so I was not going to be using my credit card. So I gave him the 350 and I was like about to leave, and he was like, oh well, a standard tip would be like if you left the equivalent to like 370. I was like, this is all the cash that I have. He's like, oh, you can use card, and I was like, no, have a nice day. I know you're a scammer. I already spent $20 on a plate of nachos and a drink. Like, where am I right now? That's ridiculous for really bad nachos. Like, if the food quality was good, I would have been fine paying that, considering I was on the main strip. But listen to my advice. Any food on the main strip, but it's gonna be crazy price. It's gonna be like you're in the United States again. It's not gonna feel like you're getting any sort of a discount. But if you go like 3-4 streets back from like the main strip, you can get like some of the best dollar tacos you've ever had in your life out of like, it's like street food, you know, just like go up to a stand that has a lot of people outside of it, so you know that it's popular. You're not gonna see a lot of tourists there, but it's gonna be the best food that you've ever had. One recommendation that I specifically have for Playa del Carmen is called A Taco, like A-Y Taco. Oh my god, so good. For a taco with cheese, it was like 30 pesos, so like $1.50 each, like, and they were amazing. Going out and getting drinks can be like, they can be pretty pricey, and a lot of bars will see that you are a tourist and try and charge you more on the menu. So make sure you're reading a menu and you match the price that it is to the menu price that you see, because otherwise, I've had a lot of friends at Club Santino's, like it would be a drink listed for $1.30 and they'd charge up $2.30 and then be like, oh, my bad, but they're just trying to get you so they could pocket the extra money. Definitely happens in a lot of touristy places. I don't blame people for trying to make more money, but I just want people that are a backpacker like me and on a budget and don't really have that kind of money to spare to be aware of things like that. Also, the beach wasn't the nicest beach. The one like directly there in Playa del Carmen. A lot of it had a lot of seaweed this time of year, and I've heard from some of the locals that like the seaweed is kind of just becoming a more year-round thing as opposed to like a season type thing. But if you go further away from like that main area in either direction, you're gonna find much nicer beaches. And also be prepared for sitting on the beach and having people come up and try and sell you things every few minutes and yelling, and it's not the most relaxing beach experience, but that also comes with massively touristy areas, and you'll be walking around the downtown area and people will be putting shows on. And if you stay to watch, like people will come around with a tip bucket after. It's just, when I want to go on vacation, I usually don't want people trying to get money from me every second of the day. If that's what you're into, freaking go for it. But just be prepared, if you've never come to Playa del Carmen before, that is exactly what this place is like. Why I say it's better as a backpacker is because, I mean, I was just staying in my hostel most of the time. I made great friends. I loved my rooftop pool. I really wasn't looking for much. I wasn't looking to do any excursions or rent things for the day or spend money in general. Like, I just wanted to relax, get a tan, which I did, and just chill out. It can be pretty cheap there for a backpacker. You can spend like $10 a night on a hostel bed, which is great, but it's pretty expensive to go there as a family or as a couple going to see the place. So don't let this deter you from going. Just take these as warnings, because I wish I would have known this before going there. But that is all the advice I have about Playa del Carmen. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch y'all on the next one.